is the 2-month anniversary of Occupy.
Today's the 2-month anniversary of Occupy.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all for coming.
We don't have to do that, but it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Exactly. So, obviously, we're not screaming and yelling and shouting and protesting here, right? What we've got, and what I'm very happy to see, is we've got a bunch of faces and a bunch of people, many of whom have not met before, coming together for a common purpose. And so, those purposes might be actually quite diverse. But so, what I think, I'm just kind of offering this up, is that we proceed doing two things. First, we've got a statement of solidarity that a few of us have written together, and I'd like to read that, or we can read that collectively. And then, if we can just if people that have never been to the occupation before want to come and share why they're here and share their concerns, and we can have a sort of discussion. Does anybody have any objections to that as a proposal of how we proceed?
No objection.
Okay, cool.
Suggestion, why don't you take the bench so you can elevate more, whoever speaks takes the bench.
Okay. Soapbox. All right. So this is kind of long. So maybe we, what do we say? Human mic because we got time, or one person reading? One person reading. Okay. So then I'm going to read this then, if you don't mind.
Thank you.
Okay. So we are here to demonstrate in solidarity with the occupation movement's nationwide day of nonviolent action. We come from a diverse background, from diverse political perspectives, have diverse visions and hopes for the future. We do not come to you with one ideology or one demand, but we all share an understanding that the current political and economic structures are failing us. They are failing people around the world, and they are failing hopes for a better future. One of justice, in which the few are not exploiting the many, one of conscience, in which humans are not destroying their earth, and one of peace. Here in Southern Illinois, we are not immune from the effects of the global economic crisis. We are directly affected by a political and economic system that caters to the rich and powerful through the practice of institutional bribery called lobbying. We note that power breeds corruption just as much as the corrupt seek power. We can look at the history of indictments of Illinois politicians to understand that. Democracy cannot happen in Springfield, or Chicago, or Washington. Democracy must blossom in every city, every county, every neighborhood, every workplace, and every school. Democracy must blossom from the needs of the many. This is the most radical idea in the world, and it is the seed of this idea that the occupation movement is sowing with wild abandon. We challenge those who find themselves in power to resist any order or any law that will cut vital services to the vulnerable populations of Southern Illinois. We will support you in your resistance. In the last 2 years, the Women's Center has lost over $135,000 in funding. The Good Samaritan House has lost 62% of its state support. The funding for drug treatment programs in Illinois has been cut entirely. In 2010, 17,000 Illinois teachers were laid off. We point this out not just to point out that people are being left without vital services and jobless. Rather, that it is the most vulnerable, the victims of abuse, those without homes, the mentally ill, children and students. They are the ones being asked to bear the weight of a dying system, while wealth flows to the wealthy. We think this is unacceptable, and we think that the claim that it cannot be any other way is a vicious lie. If you see the writing on the wall, that our political channels have become tools of exploitation, that the game of the economy is rigged, and if in your heart you hope for a better world, then we ask you to participate in this movement. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.